And you touched on Jon Jones there. Obviously, he's fighting Cormier again. How do you see that going down the second time?
No one really knows what Jon Jones we're going to see. I mean, photos we've seen him in video, we've seen him with him. He looks scary. He looks big. He looks strong, and he's always had the reach and height to compete. So if he can add, if he's added an extra 3-4 pounds of muscle to that, and now he's going to be hitting harder as well. I mean, that changes things entirely. I think Cormier struggled with him in the first fight because Cormier doesn't have a plan B. You embrace the grind or you do nothing at all. Is Cormier's game plan? He can't play skills on the outside. If he takes it down to the floor, I mean, obviously he can dominate him to a point on there. But I mean, Jon Jones is a fantastic wrestler for mixed martial arts anyway. Not an Olympian, of course, but it doesn't matter in mixed martial arts. I mean, you need the bare bones of a good wrestling game. The bare bones, say Jon Jones. You need the bare bones of a good wrestling game, but you need a complete mixed martial arts skill set. If you come in as a wrestler, it's not going to work. And Cormier is a wrestler that's bolted on other things to his game. Yeah, I mean, he's got decent striking. He puts his hands together well. But the reality is he's not a boxer or a kickboxer. And Jon Jones could go into K1 and fight. He could go into freestyle wrestling and compete. He could go into grappling tournaments and compete. I just don't think we see the variety in Daniel Cormier's skill set. So unless he's added something new, I kind of see the same thing happening again. He might not be able to finish him, but he can certainly school him for 5 rounds and take the belt back.
Okay. And then maybe go up to heavyweight?
Maybe go up to heavyweight. Jon Jones is an exciting prospect because we always knew when he came into the UFC that he had that potential of going up and down between weight classes. I mean, he kind of carried on what Brandon Vera left behind. When Brandon Vera stepped into the UFC, he was going to be a 2-weight champion. He was going to win the heavyweight title and then he was going to move down to light heavyweight and win that one. And there was always talk about him shifting weight classes and it just never came about. But Jon Jones is very close to that now, and I think that the only thing that he's been lacking as a champion in the past was maturity. And I think that his previous experiences in the last couple of years, the ups and downs he's experienced, and the way that the fans' perspectives have changed about him, I think has really affected him deeply. And I think the Jon Jones that steps back in there against Cormier is a much more evolved and conscious and dangerous Jon Jones, and that's not good news for Cormier.